Alright, today we're installing the Element Sand Petal Glossy Glass Mosaic Backsplash. Fancy name, right? Let's get into it. First things first, protect the countertop. You don't want thin set, water, or glass shards all over your beautiful stone. Next, off come the outlet covers. And here's where things get cool. These adjustable electrical boxes move as a whole by just loosening one screw. No more fighting with the traditional ones where you have to unscrew every tab and pray you don't drop a screw behind the wall. These make Backsplash installs way easier and faster. Now, time for some wood trim removal with the multi-tool. Glass tile is gorgeous, but let's be real. The worst part? Cutting it. If we can avoid unnecessary cuts, we will. Less cutting means a cleaner finish and fewer headaches. Before anything touches the wall, we're laying the mosaic sheets on the floor. This is where my philosophy kicks in, and why our tagline is Be Square. Lining up the tiles with the help of a straight line sets the tone for everything else. It's 50% planning, 50% execution. And trust me, the planning half is what makes the execution smooth. Now, here's the takeaway. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. The best tool in life isn't in your toolbox. It's in your mindset. If you can understand why people do what they do, you'll avoid 73% of all your life problems. All right, back to work. We need a perfect cut on the bottom row, right at the tip of these delicate glass leaves. So, we're placing wood strips on the wall to make a cutting template. Usually, backsplashes are cut as we install, but glass mosaic is different. This method lets us pre-cut everything for a flawless, symmetrical layout. We line this template horizontally at the bottom and vertically at the stove center. That way, we get balanced cuts in the most visible spots. If you've cut glass before, you already know it's about as fun as a surprise tax audit. And if you're meticulous, it's even worse. You can't rush. Cutting glass is like discussing sensitive topics with your spouse. Do it wrong, and it's painful. Do it right, and it's beautiful. Check this out. No chips on the front, just tiny specks on the back, and we'll fix that in a sec. So, how do we get this level of precision? This little red box, speed controller, is the secret. It slows down my wet saw, letting me cut more gently so I don't crack or chip the tile. See how I'm cutting this outlet corner piece? With ceramic, you could just chop it flat on the table and not care about the back. But glass is a different beast. The back is just as visible as the front. If I cut too deep, that's it. It's trash. So I hold it at the perfect angle, making sure every cut is clean. Now, let's start setting the tiles on the wall. As we go, let me show you how to fix those tiny chips. I apply extra white thin set on the back edge. This hides those annoying dark spots and keeps everything looking crisp. Once the sheet is up, I gently tap it with a grout float to make sure it's fully adhered and perfectly aligned. You see this tiny piece here and that little chip at the tip? Yeah, we can't leave it like that. Let's fix it. Now, check out these edges. Smooth as butter. No rough spots anymore. That's exactly what we want. Now for this round cut. Oh boy, this was a tricky one. I tried the diamond hole saw with my drill. No luck. So, back to the good old wet saw for the manual round cut method. Old school, but it works. finally, look at these beauties. Lit by the cabinet and hood lights, the glass creates that stunning glow only glass can provide. But remember, once we grout, it'll look completely different. So don't get too attached to this exact look just yet.
A few moments later.
Right. Stand back here and look at it.
No, I can see what you mean. I can't do that. And shut these off. And obviously under there is dark, but
It just really, it's not the look that I was going. I thought it was more that light vanilla color, and it just is taking on just a different life of its own up here, and I'm just so upset right now.
Now, here's the thing. The customer didn't love the final look. What can I say? It happens. So, we had to remove everything and install a completely different mosaic. But everything I've said about working with glass tile still holds true. Every tip I shared still applies. The last, and maybe the most important tip, managing expectations. Glass tile is tricky. It reacts to light in ways other materials don't. The way it looked in the store under showroom lighting might be totally different from how it looks in your kitchen. Natural light, under cabinet lighting, even the color of your walls can change its appearance. So, before you install, make sure your client understands this. Because the last thing you want is to finish a perfect job, step back to admire it. And here, I don't love it. And there it is, the final look. After a little back and forth, this marble mosaic is the one the customer fell in love with. A totally different vibe from the first install, but that's how it goes sometimes. At the end of the day, it's all about making sure they're happy with what they see every day in their kitchen. So what do you think? Do you like the switch, or did you prefer the first choice? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you enjoyed this process, give this video a like, or at least a nod of approval. Either way, thanks for watching, and remember, be square.